Right, this isn't me coming back to regular filming just yet. It is too fucking warm. And yes, I know I'm wearing a woolen fucking poncho, but they wear this kind of thing in South America, in Central America, where it's even warmer than it is fucking here. So get off my back. But yeah, no, this isn't me coming back to regular filming yet. It is too warm. I have a lot of things I want to say when I do come back, but I needed to get this out. I needed to get this out. Now, this isn't a dig at Graham. Me and Graham Hughes from Hughes of the World's YouTube channel had a little bit of an argument. Me and his chat, him doing a live stream, and the situation basically is that Reform and the Greens both oppose this plan to develop an area of marshland into somewhere that can be for solar farm. Now, from the outset, I just want to say here, I'm on neither the side of the Greens or Refuck, i.e. Reform UK, right? The problem is that Graham's argument is absolutist, and if you know my channel, one of the things you know that I can't stand is absolutism. What he's saying is basically, fuck the marshland, we just need solar farms. And I'm there like, it's not necessary. And he's not listening. We don't, like, I have no issues, right, with putting, like, when Graham goes on about the Greens getting, arguing about putting solar farms on fields, right, I'm with him. I am with him on that. Because it's a different ecosystem. It's a different ecosystem. And marshlands play a really important part of our environment. Not only are they a natural carbon sink, not only are they one of our only remaining areas of real biodiversity, but they also help to mitigate sea level rise. Now, it is true that the marshlands are being squeezed by by more coastal habitation and the sea level rise, so they're being squished. So we're losing them that way. But that doesn't need to happen either. We need to expand a bit more inland as it is because of sea level rise, right? So we don't need to continue to build out on the coast. That would be stupid, right? Like, I am somewhere that lives on the coast right now, right? As sea level rise happens, I wouldn't expect the buildings to just, no, you build further fucking inland, right? And it amazes me that, and it's such an important ecosystem, it's just treated like, oh, we can just plant. One of his responses, well, you just put mangroves, we'll just plant mangroves somewhere else. That's not how it works! You're still taking away from let me put it this way. On this island, we are less biodiverse than the Sonoran fucking desert. Okay? Let you fix that in your mind. We, on this island, which many would consider to be fairly green, is less biodiverse than a fucking desert. This is because people don't understand how ecosystems work. Marshlands are incredibly important, same as peatlands and heathlands, as you've seen in my other in my series, which I will eventually get back going. Again, I won't be doing regular videos at the moment. This is just one where I had to get this out because it really fucking annoyed me. because I agree with Graham on so much. But here, he was just being absolutist, and there was no need to be. I'm sorry, but you're not going to convince me that it is necessary for us to degrade our marshlands further for the cost of solar farms when they don't need to be placed there in the fucking first place. Fields, put them on car parks, put them on office buildings, put them on business buildings, put them on everyone's fucking buildings. Put them on all buildings, that'll be even more efficient. But I'm sorry, if you're going to say, I will just plant mangroves elsewhere, more mangroves elsewhere, I'm sorry, Graham, you don't understand just the emergency of our biodiversity in this country. And if you don't care about it, then you don't understand about it either. I hate to make this a thing, but this doesn't need to be an argument. But I'm not going to back down on defending our remaining ecosystems, our remaining areas of biodiversity, when you consider that we are less biodiverse than the Sonoran fucking deserts. I'm not saying that we don't need to that we shouldn't be putting solar farms up. I'm not against that argument, but it doesn't have to be at the cost of our remaining biodiversity. It really doesn't. This isn't an argument that's necessary. I don't understand why he's got in such a bee in his bonnet. I hope you can understand why this has got to be in my bonnet. Beanie. Because this isn't he is right, we need to be putting up solar farms everywhere we should. Everywhere we can. But you don't need to degrade our marshlands further. One of the reasons that this isn't a great idea is because putting solar farms into marshlands isn't the same as putting solar farms into a field, onto unused farmland, onto the moors, right? It's not the same type of ecosystem. For a start, it's wet. It's a fucking marsh. People were treating it as if, and Graham were treating it as if doing this to a marsh was the same as doing it to a field. It isn't. Marshland, these things will sink over time. And because it's wet, and because the cheapest form of metal to use as stanchions for these things are likely to be something that will corrode. I mean, they can use aluminium if they want, but I'm sure we have to be using aluminium elsewhere as well. So, and we don't want to be using plastic stanchions, do we? So, what? Are we just gonna go fuck the marshland, is it? It's not necessary, Graham. And the people who are supporting his argument. If you see this, right? That argument, I can see where you're coming from, but you're not getting it. I agree when you say, just put them over the fields. Yes, do that. Put them all on everyone's houses and all buildings and everything. Yes, do that. But don't put them over marshlands. This is stupid. It's not just that they're a carbon sink. It's not just they're one of our remaining areas of biodiversity. they help to mitigate the effects of sea level rise. And what, you just want to get rid, like, help degrade one of our shields to sea level rise whilst it's still there. I hope you can understand where I'm coming from. Again, I'm not trying to dig Graham here. I'm really not. I agree with him on nearly everything. But he didn't need to take this position. This isn't necessary. I'm not in the Green Party and I cannot fucking stand reform. Most of the time when Graham has arguments against the Green Party because say they don't want these things going through a field, I'm mostly on board with him. Nearly every single fucking time. But my priority is the environment. And you don't need to try to fight the fight of stopping more fossil fuels being used by sacrificing our remaining biodiversity. I thought part of the reason why we were trying to stop that is to save our remaining biodiversity. You're doing their job for them. What are you fucking doing? That's the argument you're essentially making here. And that's what's pissing me off. Again, if you were to say, just, put them all over fields and, areas of Greenland that is not even going to affect that, well, it might actually help the environment. Yes! Fucking do it! But not on marshland. If you don't understand how important that an ecosystem marshland is, don't say, fucking, we'll just plant mangroves elsewhere. I'm sorry, Graham, that's not how it works. Planting mangroves elsewhere won't bring back our biodiversity in this fucking country. That's not how it works. I'm sorry, that's just not how it works. I know you've been around the world, and I haven't, but I studied the natural world all of my fucking life. It isn't an either or thing. It really isn't. This argument is not necessary from your side. I'm making a legitimate argument against you. You won't accept it, then that's on you. But I'm sorry, saying fuck the marshlands, essentially, is very stupid in my opinion when it isn't necessary. Like I said, you want to put them on farmlands, bits of moorland, areas where it might actually help the environment as well, go ahead. It'd be even more efficient to put them on everyone's fucking buildings. But marshland isn't just it's not just an area of biodiversity, our remaining biodiversity. It's not just the natural carbon sink, which he describes as just a pinprick in the ocean. That it might be, but to still taking it away doesn't help, does it, moron? It also helps to buffer the effects of global sea level rise. We aren't helping it as it is, and now you're suggesting we accelerate it. You're hardly being a friend of the environment. You say in the long run, that you're being a friend, but you're not. Because you can't just get rid of these environments and then put them back. It takes a lot of work to do that. And what is the point when it isn't necessary to put them in a marshland? I'm going to end it here because, again, I'm not trying to insult Graham. Really not. I'm sorry, I couldn't stay quiet. My position here is born of the science, not my opinion. I know he lives with a scientist, but she's not a natural. She's not on the science that I'm on, even if she knows a lot about it. I have studied evolution and the natural world my entire life. It is my primary obsession. Again, if he was to say, about other areas, it's fine, but like, it is stupid to have an argument over marshlands when we don't need to be taking away from our marsh. Like, his argument is the thing like, the way he's placed his argument is what's wound me up here. Because what he's doing is placing himself as just as much an enemy of ecosystems as fucking refuck. I'm sorry, Graham, if you see this, if you get offended by that, but like, you just said we'll just plant mangroves elsewhere. That's not how it works. You're still taking away from our biodiversity here in this island. We're also taking away from one of our shields from sea level rise. Forget the whole carbon sink thing if you want. But you can't get away from the sea level rise shield argument. These things need to be restored and maintained, not continue to be degraded when they don't have to be. We don't need to put the solar farms there on marshland when there's so many places else to put them. I'm not being a NIMBY. I live in an area where you don't get much of a scene. You have to go a little bit up the hill and stuff to get the beautiful views. And this isn't even going on in an area of the country I live in. But I defend our most important ecosystems, especially those of our remaining biodiversity, and that are environmentally important to us. Degrading marshland directly affects us. I am not sure you understand that. That's basically the root of my argument. What do you all think? Again, Graham, if you see this, I'm done, mate. Again, look, this is a bee you got in my bonnet, and your argument was poor. And hopefully I've managed to fully explain myself why. This is one of the reasons I hate YouTube chats, because it's got a limited amount of space. But you know that Graham, you should know that when you're talking about the Greens being dickheads about putting them on fields, I'm with you. Yeah, there are plenty of places that we could put them that won't harm the environment. But marshlands are a different type of ecosystem. I'm sorry, mate, but they are. And we can't just go, fuck it, we'll plant mangroves elsewhere. That's not how it works. You're making it a zero-sum game when it doesn't have to be, mate. That's my point. I don't understand why your argument is essentially a zero-sum game. It doesn't have to be. It's not either or. I agree with you, we should be planting them as many places as we can, but marshlands is not a sensible place to put them. And if your answer is then to just degrade marshlands so we can put a solar farm there, what's the point? Okay, please take this argument in good faith. I'm not just bitching here. I'm coming from a legitimate point of view. I'm not arguing against solar farms. I'm really not. Again, I repeat myself. You're right. We should be placing them everywhere we can. Places like marshland and peatland, it's not necessary, buddy. And wet heathland, It's not necessary. Your argument you're taking your argument too far. You don't need to piss off your allies. And again, I repeat myself, I'm not in the Green Party. I have just as many arguments with the Green Party as you do. So please, if you see this, Graham, please take this in good faith. Now, everyone, again, I may do a couple of off-the-cuff videos over the next couple of months until the heat waves stop. This is like, I wasn't planning to do this, and I'm fucking boiling. It won't even matter if I take all my layers off, I'll still boil. As it is, like, where I move, like, it creates airflow, so but yeah, please don't take this as a shot. This isn't, you know, I'm not trying to be insulting here, and if you are offended, I do apologise for that. But I'm not gonna not defend our remaining ecosystems. I will not back down on that. Freaks Lufu and Bletzinger. Freaks love and blessings, everyone. And to anyone else who sees this, I hope you also think that I've done this in good faith. Take care of yourselves, everyone.